Jeronn Powell, the linebacker. Powell. I mean, it should just be Powell, man. You hit people, don't you?
Real hard.
Real hard.
Real hard, yeah.
Well, that's fantastic, man. You guys are having a great season, Michael. Is that about right, man? Lift that microphone up a little bit, man. You're a big boy. You must eat a lot.
I do.
You can unscrew this thing and lift that up a little bit, man. Pretend you're a roadie in a band, You're setting up for Van Halen or some bullshit like that, Hey, so what's the story, man? What's going on this season, guys? Tell me about it.
Well, we started off pretty good. We lost our first game, but we won 4 in a row. Did I mess up the mic?
Yes, you did.
Is that better? More?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're having just a bit of technical problems because Michael Brown broke our microphone. He's used to breaking things. Talk into the mic and see if it works. You got number 2 on?
Yep. I got him on. Nothing.
Jeronn.
What about mine? My mic work?
Yeah.
We can hear you, Jeronn.
Oh, that mean the world want to talk to me.
Well, you keep talking, man. Jeronn, tell us a little bit about the season. Tell us, and I'm going to be right back. Tell us what's going on with the Midwest Rams this season, man.
Okay, well, the Midwest Rams, like Mike said, we did lose our first game, but we came back strong and won 4 in a row, by some good scores. And as a team, we coming together, becoming a real organization, like a real family. Like, we know what we're doing out there. We're together with this, and I think we're going to finish strong, and we're going to do real good in the playoffs, and we're gonna head for that ring that we deserve.
Okay.
I think we do really have rings.
Yeah, we really have rings.
So, Mike Brown, tell me, where do you get these rings at, man?
You win the ring, you win your league, and you go to a jeweler, you design a ring, and you order them up.
Can you hear me now, Mike Brown?
Mike Brown can hear you, LG.
So, what's the record this season so far?
Right now we're 5-3. We're 6-3 overall. We actually, as a team, cracked the top 25 in the nation for AAA semi-pro football. We've since dipped out of that just because of a couple of teams that we've lost to, but it's been nice having a little bit of success, especially after last year, going 1-9.
So, you're the guy that was the Pittsburgh Steelers fan, if my memory, serves me a little bit here. Is that about right, man? You bring that bullshit black and gold in here again, man?
I didn't pick the colors. I wanted blue and orange. For the record, Reggie.
But LG's got a good memory, man. It's been months and months since I seen the Midwest Rams on the Cleveland Sports 360 show, man. Hey, Jeronn, how do you sit next to a guy in practice and all that bullshit that likes the Pittsburgh Steelers, man?
He plays offense. I play defense. That's pretty much what he
You get to hit him once in a while?
Once in a while.
I like to stay off Mike because I know he pretty much run things. If I hit him and I hit him too hard, he can kick me off the team. So I like to.
That's the only reason you're letting up on him, man. You don't want to lose your spot on the Midwest Rams.
I like Mike.
Well, Mike's a likable guy, man.
Mike's a good man.
Hey, I try.
Jeronn, tell us, man, what kind of experience did you have playing semi-pro football when you ran into these Midwest Rams? Did you have any before that?
I had high school experience and a little bit of college, but nothing at this level. I learned a lot as a teammate, and together I bring it with them. We like to go out there at the same time with the same mind frame. They have the same idea. We have great coaches on both ends, offense and defense, as well as our head coach. And we have great players. We have great talent. And if we come together, there's nothing we can't do.
I'll tell you one thing right now, man. I believe that because I know Mike Brown was committed to this team, and he had a lot of things going in a positive direction. I remember the last time you came down, it was still winter time, wasn't it, man?
Yeah, it was.
You had that little cop from Akron. I think he got hit in the head too many times. Is that the guy?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Once too many shots to the head. He retired now? Is that what I'm hearing?
He's since left the team.
Jeronn, did you hit him?
I didn't touch him. I had nothing to do.
You had nothing to do with this guy's departure?
I showed up to practice one day, thought he was going to be there, didn't show up.
I tell you one thing right now, man. That guy had a lot of kahunas to get out there on the field with guys like you. I didn't think he was ever going to quit. How old of a fellow was he, man?
You know, he never did actually admit to his age, but he was somewhere around 46, 48.
If he wasn't a cop with a gun, you probably would have had to cut him in half and count the rings, huh? It's like a tree, man.
Yeah.
A real short little tree, but like a tree, you know?
Tree stump.
I think we got in a little bit of trouble the last time, Mike, because didn't you have a little bit of time in with those Lake Erie Invaders?
Oh, yeah.
Remember I wanted to have a Bash the Owner night for a fundraiser?
I remember.
I tell you, those people over there are psychopaths, man, in Lake County. Is that because they're too close to the nuclear power plant, or how do you explain that?
I live next to the nuclear power plant, too.
And you're normal.
That's debatable.
Now, you're in a whole different league, too. It doesn't even come in contact with the Lake Erie Invaders, right?
For now, I'm going to approach them next year, maybe try to get them into our league and get a game or two against them at least.
You just want to have your own Bash the Owner night, is that?
Well, only Steven, because he plays on the offense. And I won't even bash him. I'll let Jeronn bash him.
Jeronn, you looking forward to putting a hitting on this dude?
Might tell me to take care of somebody. Take care of them.
That's what we need, man. More guys like you coming around the streamingsportstalk.com studios. You can take care of people. We'll put you on the hunt, man. You know?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about the Browns this year, Jeronn?
I feel they can make a big improvement. The Browns, they added some pieces that were critical, and it just need to be pulled together. Coaches and the owners, GM, they just need to come to an understanding and let these guys go out there and play, but play under control and play to the whistle. They got to go all the way. I think the Browns can do something real good.
The biggest positive is former owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers is trying to buy the team. So,
well, let's not get carried away. You know what happened was, and this LG's got some inside sources. You know that, Mike Brown.
Oh yeah, LG's.
And my sources are telling me that this guy wanted to get his teeth cut into professional NFL football so bad that he talked Mr. Rooney into letting him buy a minority share of the Pittsburgh Steelers, because he only had a minority share of the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's not like Jimmy Haslam owns half the team or anything like that. He just has enough of the team to, wipe his ass with those little yellow towels once in a while. That's what I heard.
We have those little yellow towels for our team too.
And what do you do with them, man?
What
do you do with them little yellow towels, Jeronn?
I wipe my sweat off.
That's probably what you got to clean the blood off of your equipment after you're done killing somebody out there in the field, man.
It'd be on my visor. I take the towel to the visor after every play.
So, Mike Brown, tell me a little bit about the season. You sound like you're having a great. When do the playoffs start, man?
We have 2 more regular season games. We are on our next game is on the 4th. We're at home at Collinwood High School. We take on the Oakland County Playmakers out of the Detroit area, and we're looking to do to them what we did to the Knights last week, and that was 47-7. And I'd like to see another win like that. Then after that, we travel up to Detroit on the 11th. Detroit.
You're going to go up there and kick some Michigan ass?
Well, we're going to give
LG loves it when you go up there and kick some Michigan.
We like going. The only time I say OH is when I go up to Michigan. Those teams.
Those Michigan people have a tendency to run their mouths a lot, man. I'm sure you guys.
They sure do.
I'm sure you guys put up with that shit, and you have to listen to it and getting a chance to go up to Michigan and shutting them up a little. But that's where you come in, right, Jeronn?
That's where I come in. I stick the number 15 on them, and it's over with. Michigan,
get up on that mic like you're a rapper, man. There you go.
I have love for Michigan team, so
you're my kind of man. You're my kind of man, Jeronn. I hope you go up there and do some serious hurting on them.
I plan on it.
Make them cough up that football a few times.
Oh yeah.
So 2 more regular season games. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are playing at the Collinwood.
Last week we actually played at Lutheran East High School. We did a benefit game there for the school and their athletic department. It went over real well. We managed to raise several $100s for the school.
How many people are coming to watch your team, man?
We had about 100 or so in the stands for that game.
That's not too bad, especially you're not at your home field.
No, and semi-pro doesn't get the fans that the Browns are going to get or anything. So 100, 200, 300, that's a good crowd. There's teams out there, and this is why we like to come on your show and get a little publicity, because there's teams out there that are getting 2,500 a night on a Saturday night.
Where are these teams at, man?
Well, one of them's out of Racine, Wisconsin.
What do you expect? Those people up there, they eat cheese and watch football. That's all you do.
There's nothing else to do.
When you live in Wisconsin, you eat cheese, you watch football, and you spill beer all over yourself from eating too much cheese, man.
Well, that's the other thing
clogging
they
up your
have.
throat. You can't swallow the beer
That's the other
properly.
thing they have. That's a stadium they can sell beer into. And that's something that we're shooting for. We want to become.
That's all you
more
need is
well-established.
beer down in the Collinwood area, man. You know what's going to happen then?
What?
People will be like rioting out. You can have a 10-cent beer night, man, like the
I'd
Cleveland
love to
Indians.
have a 10-cent beer night.
10-cent beer night. You drink beer, Jeronn?
I try to stay away from it, especially during the season.
Smart guy, man. Smart guy. So tell me about the little bit of college career you got when we come back from this commercial break we're going to be taking here in about 10 seconds or so. We're here live with the Midwest Browns on the Cleveland Sports. What? The Midwest Rams. See that? But see what happened was the Browns used to be the Rams.
Right.
Remember that?
That's where we took the name from.
There you have it, folks. The Midwest Rams right here with Mike Brown on the Cleveland Sports 360 show when we come back right here on StreamingSportsTalk.com. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cleveland Sports 360 show. Our special guests in the house today, the Midwest Rams, a semi-pro football team that does their playing right down in the Collinwood area. You have to look them up on Facebook, the Midwest Rams. Look up Michael Brown. Hey, Jeronn, do you have a Facebook page you want to give a shout out?
I actually do. You can look me up at jpowell, facebook.com.
Spell it, man.
JAYPOWELL at facebook.com.
You got to pretend people are ignorant out there, that they don't know. They don't know what the hell you're saying, man. And joining us live is the cornerback from the Midwest Rams, Austin Swain. Welcome to the Cleveland Sports 360 show, Austin. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing pretty good.
Tell us a little bit about your experiences, man, in this semi-pro football team. Being a cornerback, obviously you probably played a little ball somewhere along the lines. Fill us in, man.
Well, I started off playing Muni League, then on to high school. And after high school, I went on to playing in a few flag leagues, and then that brought me here.
No college?
No college, no college.
So how do you like this semi-pro football in northeastern Ohio, man?
Oh, it's outstanding.
Did you grow up in the Ohio area?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
I grew up in Cleveland Heights.
Okay, you don't look at me. You look at the camera and the microphone, because when you look at me, nobody can hear what you're saying, man.
I grew up in Cleveland Heights.
Kenya gets a kick out of that. What's the matter, Kenya?
Nothing. Just, hey,
People
tell
got to
me.
hear what you're saying, man. It's a long way to shout into everybody's personal computer. You know what I'm talking about, Austin?
Oh, yeah.
So what do you like about the Midwest Rams, man?
Just we gel. Just the skill. Just everybody's skill we bring to the table. And we see how it pays off on Saturdays. We go, just like last week, 47-7 was a beautiful thing.
Now, have you played on any other semi-pro teams before the Midwest Rams?
No.
This is your first experience. How old are you, man?
I'm 24.
24. You look like you're like 19 or something like that, man.
Well, thanks.
Look at Jeronn over here laughing. What's so funny, Jeronn?
He hears that all the time.
Does he? He probably gets carded when he goes into a pub,
Yes,
man.
sir.
He can't even get a beer.
sir.
Everywhere.
Hey, it's good to be a young guy when you're a cornerback. It takes a lot of speed. I mean, being a linebacker, you got to do a lot of chasing or hitting. Better off keeping people in front of you,
Oh,
isn't
yeah. I keep them in front of me, and if they get behind me, I yell his name.
What's the strength of your guys' defense? Is it the corner, or is it the linebackers, or the defensive line? If you had to pick one out, Austin, tell us.
I really couldn't, man, because we're just like evenly equipped, all across the board.
You got just a great atmosphere of guys working
Yes,
together there, man. It
yes.
sounds, I remember they were starting practice. I mean, I had them on the show before, and this team works hard, the Midwest Rams, and obviously the hard work's starting to pay off nowadays. You got any picks, man?
Yeah, I do have one this year.
And what happened when you caught the ball? Did you know what the hell to do with it?
Yeah, it kind of kicked in. I caught it in their end zone from this guy was about 6 foot. I was going to take a knee, but, instincts just told me to run it out. I ran out. That incredible defense I was telling you about turned into an offensive line.
That's what it takes, man.
Got me back to the 40-yard line. As soon as I passed Coach Stokes on the sideline, I realized, how out of breath I was.
God knows Walt doesn't want to bend over and give anybody any CPR, man.
No.
You might kill him. You know what I'm talking about? Probably dropped his sub sandwich and say, "What the hell are you doing, man? Take a knee, for Christ's sake." Right?
Yeah.
Hey, it's a 40-yard return. Did you ask for a raise? Yeah. In the NFL, they'll be renegotiating your contract for that, man.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? What do you think, Jeronn? You ever get a pick?
Yeah, I got one last week in our 47-7 win.
What happened, man? Fill us in here.
And well, I didn't go 40 yards. I went about maybe 10 yards, and a teammate got in my way. I didn't want to run him over, so I guess
I thought you were good at hitting people. Why didn't you knock his ass right out of your way and go for it,
because
man?
I didn't want him to go up to our coach and start telling, like, he hit me, and we got the same jersey on.
Hey, Walt,
Something like
I'm
that.
surprised Walt didn't hit him for getting in your way, man.
He tried to, but it was on the other sideline. It was the other team's sideline, so
Okay.
he cut him a break.
Well, after the play's over. I know it's a defensive guy's dream to get a touchdown, man. You can't tell us it's not, right? I mean, you guys want to get in that frickin' end zone and put 6 up on that board, right?
Yeah.
Look at Claiborne, man. He gets drafted right out of college. Next thing he's talking to the Cowboys, I want to play receiver, too. What the hell's that all about, man? Did you ever think you'd hear Maurice Claiborne saying he wants to be a receiver for the Dallas Cowboys? He thinks he's frickin' Deion Sanders, for crying out loud, man. That's all the world needs is another Deion Sanders, right, Kenya? What do you think of that, Kenya Huff?
You already know what I think about Deion Sanders, so please do not ask.
We certainly don't need another one, though, right?
Not at all.
Yeah, so you guys looking forward to the last 2 games? How's this playoff structure work, man? Somebody fill us in, will you? Take turns. I don't care. I have no idea how it works in semi-pro.
Well, from what I've been informed, it's the first 6 teams make it in, and we just have to keep pushing. Just keep pushing. Don't let up, ease up on anybody.
So you're just about like 25th in the country right now for the Midwest Rams, is what I'm hearing, right?
Yes, sir.
And what happens, Jeronn, if let's just say you win the next 2 games? Tell us what's going to happen to the Midwest Rams.
I believe if we win the next 2 games, we're definitely going to be in the playoffs, and I think we're going to get our minds together. I think our minds are going to get back right. Like, this is real, and this can happen, especially what happened last year. We went 1-9, being a first-year team, but now we have structure, we have coordination, and we have people pushing us. There's people in our background pushing us, like our fans. They come out to the games. We have faithful fans that come to all the games, and we just got to come together as a whole team and get this ring. We got to go into the playoffs like we know how to play this, game.
Well, it sounds like you guys are going in the right direction, man. I mean, only the 2nd year in existence. I know a lot of guys left the team. Might have had some association with that Invaders team out there. I wanted to sponsor I don't even remember what I called it. They're always looking for fundraisers in this semi-pro team. So I said, let's have a bash the owner night for the one owner out there in Lake County. And my God, you wouldn't believe the razzing I took for the next 2 weeks. There's like a psychopath coach out there, man. This guy wanted to start all kinds of problems, I said, what the hell's his problem, You guys don't know who Randy Brewster is, do you?
No,
he used to play with Mike Brown. I think Mike Brown had a little bit of experience with Randy Brewster. And I remember Brewster one time got the football. He's an offensive lineman. Somehow he got the football, and he honestly didn't know what to do with the freaking thing. He said, next thing he knew, he was laying on the ground. It was all over with, man. Wow. So the next 2 games are really going to tell the story about the Midwest Rams coming up. Hey, don't forget, viewers, if you're out there and you want to call in, ask these guys any questions, the number here at streamingsportstalk.com is 216-672-4300. We'll make Kenya Huff work a little harder back there on the wheels of steel, answering the phones, too. We're going to be talking some semi-pro football. If you have any questions, you want to know where to get tickets, how to get tickets, where to see the games, give us a call right here at the Cleveland Sports 360 show, 216-672-4300. What's up, Kenya Huff?
So you just want to make me work harder, right?
You're looking good back there working hard.
Oh, boy, I tell you.
This is not easy on this side either, as you'll soon find out on the next show, Unsportsmanlike Conduct, starring the beautiful Kenya Huff.
Yeah.
She's multi-talented, man.
I see that.
You guys got any multi-talented players on your team?
Oh, yeah.
Who are they, man? Tell us about it, Austin.
I'll tell you, one of them is Austin Swain.
Austin Swain. What makes you say that, man?
Well, really, because not only is he a good corner, but the team hasn't recognized he's a good receiver too. He started off as a receiver and a tailback. I've known him for about 10 years, and I just recently found out that he can play his corner myself. So it was a surprise to me. So it's multi-talent right there.
I tell you, it's always I went to see another semi-pro team play the Northeast Ohio Predators, and those guys were really something, man, because they didn't do too good in the game. I mean, they're having a good season, but the game I saw, they weren't really gelling that night for some particular reason. But there's a little guy on that team that can play any position. I think, Scalecti, yeah, that guy. They put him in at quarterback before the night was over. The other quarterback was stinking up the joint so bad, I think he threw 5 interceptions, for Christ's sake. And then the next thing I see Scalecti in there. I mean, the guy weighs if you weighted him down with some frickin' water on his uniform, he might hit 150.
150. Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure, though.
He does play multiple positions, but
you know him?
We thrashed the Predators in a little scrimmage game.
You thrashed
I
them?
don't want to talk about it too much, but
why is that, man? Talk some shit. I bet your DC's
Yeah,
out
you're
there.
supposed to talk some.
I bet your DC's out there watching right now, man.
well, if he's watching, then you remember us. From the scrimmage, they had nothing coming, offense or defense.
Was that
I'll
the
just say it.
scrimmage that I gave that got a concussion?
Oh, Eddie gave a concussion.
Wow.
Eddie gave a concussion. Oh, yeah.
Hey, DC, if you're out there, man, what the hell's the matter with you? Pick up the phone and give us a call. DC Mulberry, 216-672-4300. So you gave him a little trashing over there. Well, then you guys know a little bit about what probably happened when I was there down there.
Yeah.
I was like, and then they just won the other night, like 49-0, and DC's telling me, hey, man, we won 49. I said, that's because I wasn't there, man. I'm like a bad luck charm for that team, man.
You got to watch who they playing. They don't. Midwest Rams ain't on their schedule, so maybe when the season's over, we'll set something up.
Is that a different league?
Yeah, it's a different league.
That's why, man.
Baby league.
That's, it's amazing how many different leagues there are in this semi-pro football. Let's get back to these playoffs. The 2 more games, you're going to start the playoffs. And being 25th in the country, what is the furthest away team that you guys ever played against?
Well, I'm sleep every away game, so I couldn't tell you. This kind of drive.
I think it's one of the teams. I believe it's Flint.
Flint, Michigan.
Flint is Flint Rampage. They may be our farthest game. About a 4.5 hour drive.
Well, that's not too bad, man. So it's not like you got to drive to St. Louis or South Carolina or anything like that.
Not yet. We want to.
Well, I wish you guys plenty of luck. We're going to take a commercial break. Thank you very much, Austin Swain and Jeronn Powell, right here from the Midwest Rams on the Cleveland Sports 360 show. When we come back, we're going to have Michael Brown and the coach, Walt. What's Walt's last name? Stokes?
Walter Stokes.
He's the mayor's brother, man.
No.
We'll be right back with more of the Cleveland Sports 360 show right here on StreamingSportsTalk.com. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cleveland Sports 360 show. We are still live tonight with the Midwest Rams. Joining me on the set right now again is Michael Brown and the head coach of the Rams, Walt Stokes. Walt, how the hell you doing, brother?
Well, I'm doing fine tonight, and my Rams are doing really well, too, as well.
Your what?
My Rams, they're doing really well.
Oh, your Rams, man. That's your team, huh?
Yes, it is.
Are you proud of them, Walt?
For the most part, I'm going to say yes, I'm very proud of them.
Now, the last time I met you, Walt, we were down in the flats at the old streamingsportstalk.com studios, and you guys were just getting ready to break camp and start doing some serious workouts. Tell us, what did you do differently this year compared to last year, Walt?
Well, I kind of stuck with the game plan to try to make sure that everybody play one way as much as we can to keep everybody fresh so we can go down the stretch. And right now we got enough guys where guys can go one way. We can put out 11 guys for defense, 11 guys for offense, and a different 11 guys for special teams if needed.
And it makes a big difference when guys show up time after time after time, too, I bet.
Yes, it does. It does make a lot of difference, especially for practice. If they come to practice, we can get a lot done. If not, then we have to wing it on Saturday and do the best that we can.
So, Walt, if one thing stuck out in your mind this season, why the Rams are having the success that they're having, what would it be, man? Your expert toolage, I bet.
Well, actually, I'm going to say I can't take all the credit. I'm going to turn it over to the players, actually. A lot of players came in different shape. They came in ready to play. And for the most part, we have a lot of great guys. And as you asked Austin earlier, we do have a lot of guys that are what I call them is tweeters. They can play anywhere needed, and that's what makes a big difference.
So having guys that can fill in at different positions and play that position fairly decent is a big asset to you this year.
Yes, it is. It is because you can do a lot of different things. You can come with different combinations at different times, and with different types of speed, different types of size. Depends on the team that we're playing.
Now, Walt, you have some coaching experience other than semi-pro football. I know me and you talked about this the last time you were on the Cleveland Sports 360 show, but we have a ton of viewers out there that have no idea who the hell you are, man. Go over your past experiences, what kind of football stuff you used to do, and how did you get to where you are at today, man?
Actually, I have coached, well, I'm still in search right now for coaching for a high school. I've coached at several different high schools, John Hay, East Tech, Lincoln West, John Adams, East High, and I helped out a little bit last year at Collinwood.
So this is a guy, ladies and gentlemen, Walt Stokes, that has spent a lot of years in the coaching business. He didn't just pick up, he's not your average couch guy that picks up one day and says, I'm going to be a coach of a semi-pro football team. Walt has some serious high school coaching experience, and he's brought a lot of players along to a lot of different years, right, Walt?
Yes, that is correct.
What year did you start in coaching high school football?
When I started coaching high school football, I actually had just graduated. I didn't go to college right away. In 1987, I had started coaching high school football as a volunteer.
I was still in high school when Walt started coaching high school football.
Was Walt one of your coaches by any chance?
No, I got coached under the great Bob Doyle from Chardon.
Bob Doyle, the man that could put 13 atomic fireballs in his mouth at one time. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well,
I also remember he used to put baby heads he used to rip the heads off of baby dolls and put them in his yard to intimidate the other team.
Do you remember him doing the fireballs, though, the atomic fireballs by any chance?
I wasn't there for that.
But I tell you what, man, when LG heard about the record, I went for it, man. And I could put the 13 atomic fireballs in my mouth all at one time, too. The trick is trying to keep them all in there for the 45 minutes it takes for the fire to go out, you know, before you get 13 frickin' fireballs. Plus, I was working, man, doing some setups on some intricate parts in the airfoil industry.
LG,
Yeah.
What the heck made you put 13?
They said Bob Doyle could do it. I said, well, if he could do it, LG probably could do it too. So,
Coach was a different class of man.
But hey, let me tell you something. You put 13 atomic fireballs in your mouth, man. Snot's running down my nose. My frickin' eyes were watering. I thought I was going to piss myself before it was all said and done. So one by one, I spit one out over here. I spit one out. Finally, I said, this is not even close to being worth it, man. I spit them all out in the garbage. That's why my voice sounds like this today, man. It was a burned vocal cord from one of them fireballs. But Doyle's demise, whatever happened to that guy, man?
He retired. I actually saw Coach Doyle last night. They're going to be participating in an alumni football game. Coach Doyle's going to give it one more go. I just saw him last night. He says he's enjoying retirement and drinking a lot of beer.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. So, Walt, tell me, what's the game plan for the final 2 games of the season? I know you can't put it all out there right now in case the enemy's watching, but just tell us a little bit about what you're thinking, man.
Well, we're gonna pass so we can run, and we're gonna stop the run. We want to take away what they want to do the best.
Well, you know, we had Jeronn in here. He's a hungry linebacker that loves hitting people, and that big-time cornerback, Austin Powell, who likes interceptions, man. I mean, you were on the sidelines when he had his 40-yard return. What stopped him from taking it all the way?
Well, you know, Austin just got married, and he told me that I'm not going to tell you what he told me, but...
Lost his game legs, huh? Having a little bit of coitus or something at nighttime?
That's why they tell the boxers to lay off that thing.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
But I saw the monkey get on his back, so I showed him to the sideline when he came past.
Well, we're hoping next time he gets that. Mike Brown, what do you think it's going to take for the Midwest Rams to get up to Michigan and come back to Ohio with a victory, man?
Well,
talk right into that, Mike, like you're a rap star, man. Come on, do it like you're a rap star.
The biggest thing it's going to take is we're going to have to score some points. The offense was really clicking last week. The week before, we were kind of in a struggle. We've kind of been on an up and down wave. We won those 4 games in a row. We were averaging 33 points a game. We need to get back to that 33 points a game average and, take it up to Michigan.
That's some good offensive production when you're averaging 33 points a game. I mean,
absolutely.
Obviously, this is not boring football, so if people want to come down and see some football being played, how do they go about coming and seeing a Midwest Rams game, Mike?
Well, this week we'll be at Collinwood High School again. Kickoff is at 4:30. Admission is $5.
What day of the week is that?
Saturday, the 4th of August.
You'll be at Collinwood High School.
Collinwood High School.
4:30?
4:30.
Sounds great, man. How much to get in?
$5.
You got hot dogs and shit there, man?
I don't know if concessions is going to be open, but there's
McDonald's is right
a
down the road,
right
huh?
around the corner. But yeah, and kids 12 and under are free.
Hey,
so
what a great day of football for a low budget. 2 adults, $10 free for the kids. You can't really do that much for $10 these days.
Oh no.
Anymore.
You could never go down there on the Shoreway and see a game for $10.
Actually,
You can't even get a beer down there for $10.
That's why you get drunk in the Muni lot before the game.
So then, this theoretically could be your last home game. Then you're going to head up to Michigan. Is that right?
Yes.
That'll be the last regular season game of the season takes
Correct.
place in Michigan.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about that trip, Walt.
well, the trip to Michigan,
Yeah.
we're going to go up and we're going to take care of those Seminoles. I usually doesn't do any talking on Facebook, but they got a couple of guys that's doing talking, and my job is to shut their mouth.
So you're not thrilled with the bullshit that they're trying to hand you right now. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, that's correct. That's correct. We're going to go up there and we're going to take care of business.
And then what? You win next week. Well, actually, this week on the 4th.
Yep.
You win the following Saturday in Michigan. Where do we go from there, Mike?
Well, if we win both those games, because right now we're in control of our own destiny as far as the playoffs go. So if we win both those games, that should put us in a 3 or a 4 seed. If we go into the playoffs as a 3 or a 4 seed, we go in. It would be equivalent to wild card week in the NFL. So we play the following week. If we're the 3 or 4, then we host a playoff game.
Now, Mike Brown, did you play any teams from the Pittsburgh area this year?
No, not this year.
Thank God for that, Walt. Or you would have had to pull his ass out, put him to the side somewhere, huh?
Well, we was already going to bench him if we'd had to do that. And so
Yeah.
I could take care of the
That's
Steelers.
what I'm saying, man. A Steelers fan over here.
Yeah, it took me a while to wear the colors, you know. It was almost like putting on Glenville colors for me.
Right, right. Unfortunately, the Browns are being sold, or I should say, fortunately, the Cleveland Browns are being sold because obviously we have an opportunity to get an owner in Cleveland that not only has a big wallet, but also has a love and a passion for the game of football. And I know you've been around the Cleveland area most of your whole life, Walt, and you've seen a lot of Browns football. So I just want your opinion. What do you think of the Cleveland Browns being sold to Jimmy Haslam?
I hope it have a reverse effect if we go back to 1995. And in 1995, when we were 4-1, then it came out that the Browns were moving, and then our season went to shot down. So I hope that since now, if we get a new owner, that we could reverse that and become the winners that we used to be.
Well, I think, you know, a guy with the bankroll that Jimmy Haslam has in his back pocket and the passion he has for football has definitely got to do something nice for this city. We're going to take another commercial break, and we're going to come back with more of the Cleveland Sports 360 show. Our special guest, the Midwest Rams, right now, Michael Brown and Walt Stokes. Don't turn that dial, folks. Leave it right there on streamingsportstalk.com.
Upward bound, our earthly cares are slowly melting. Sight and sound, the speed of light is what we're traveling. Above the clouds, the sky is blue, the sun is shining down on you. Heaven knows where we've been. We fly, we'll live forever, and all I see is blue. Me and you, me and you. Can I bury all my fear and leave this precious atmosphere alive to fight? Above the clouds, the sky is blue, the sun is shining down on you, and heaven knows where we've been. Above the clouds, the sky is blue, the sun is shining down on you, and heaven knows where we've been. We fly, we'll live forever, and all I see is blue. And you were there, we can fly, we will never die, and all I see is blue. Me and you, me and you. And I will see you in the next life, when everything is better, when everything is good, when everything is good. And I will see you in the next life, in another incarnation, in a perfect time and place, a perfect time and place. And I will see you in the next life,
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the last segment of the Cleveland Sports 360 show right here on StreamingSportsTalk.com. Joining me live on the set tonight, Michael Brown and Walt Stokes, both of the Midwest Rams. The Rams have had a fantastic 2012 season, their second season in the league, and you guys went out there this year. You had some great victories, and you got two more that you need to get under your belt before we head to the playoffs, man. What would you like to tell your players that are out there watching you now, Walt?
Well, I would like to tell them, let's stay hungry, let's stay humble, and let's do what we need to do.
Now, Walt, I just have to ask you this, man, because you seem like a guy that has an even keel. Do you have a mean streak in you, man?
I don't think so.
Yes.
You can get after these
I don't
dudes.
know. His player is looking like, I don't know.
But, Walt, the reason I'm asking, man, I just have to, you've seen these Cleveland sports teams we have, and you see a guy like Pat Shurmur, who's the coach for the Cleveland Browns, and you wonder, how the hell can this guy get those guys motivated that are making millions of dollars a year? He doesn't even look like he knows how to raise his voice, man. Do you have a volume level control somewhere internally, man?
Yeah, I do. It comes out when it's needed.
Because sometimes motivation is an important part of playing football, right?
Oh, yes, it definitely is.
And the thing that I noticed about Cleveland sports teams is, and I'm going to talk about the Cleveland Indians for a few minutes here, because you probably watched a few of their games, Walt.
Yeah, I have. Actually, I even coached baseball for Collinwood High School, assistant coach.
But I'm saying, Manny Acta, what the hell is wrong with this guy, man? Do they give him volume before the game? I mean, they tranquilize the son of a gun? How does that work, man? He's got a lot of fire under these guys' asses, man. And sooner or later, being a coach, you have to light a fire under somebody's ass, right or wrong?
Oh, yeah, I use what I call the bubble system. If you're not doing well, I tell you that you're on the bubble. And if you're on the bubble, that you will lose your spot. We'll get somebody to come to take your job. It's like a job. If you want to play, you have a job, and someone else is behind you to take it.
It's like...
I've been on the bubble all season.
You've been on the bubble?
Walt
Come on, I
motivates
can't
me.
believe that, man.
Walt motivates me. He tells me I'm on the bubble all season. He'll bring his son in to replace me.
So there's nobody that's, immune to being on the bubble, huh, Walt?
Well, no, there's not. The whole team, as has been told before, that they're on the bubble.
And that's what I like to tell you, too, man. You get a guy like Carlos Santana, he's in a slump. I don't give a shit if he signed a new contract this year or not for $21 million that starts paying him all that extra cash next season. You know what I do? I put his ass right on the bus, right in front of the frickin' Indian Stadium, and make him ride a Greyhound to Columbus. That's what I would do.
Oh, I would, too. Actually, he would have sat down a long time ago.
You got that right, man. So I'm glad to see, Walt, that nobody's immune in your organization, and you're having some success with your coaching techniques. Maybe you need to get your butt down to some of these Indians games and talk to those guys and try to get them motivated, because I don't know what the hell Manny Acta's doing over there. He's certainly not getting it done.
Well, I don't know, in his defense, I believe that he needs to be more vocal. I think he's still in a minor league mode. He need to come into a major league mode.
That's what I'm saying, vocal. You got to light a fire under somebody. You got to have a little talk with somebody. You got to take them aside. You got to go, what the hell are you thinking, man? We're here to win baseball games, you know? It's like the 70s, Walt. Back in the 70s, buddy, everybody was chilled out, laid back, smoking dope all the time. They were all mellow. Know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what the whole town looks like. They stop at Puff and stuff before the games, man, and they get some kind of a bong and do some bong hits before they get down there, man. I'd be piss testing every one of them guys and go, what the hell, man? You're like burned out or something here, man. You got to wake up and play the game.
Yeah, you're right, and that's what I take it from Herm Edwards. That's why we play the game. We have to play the game, because we look good on paper, but we have to play the game.
You got to play the game, man. I don't care. And you got to have that killer instinct each and every time you get your ass out there on the field, man. And if you don't possess that killer instinct when you're out there on the field, you got no business being out there. That's the way LG sees it.
That's the way I see it, too.
You could hire LG to be a frickin' team motivator. I guarantee you put me in that locker room with them Browns or them Indians consecutive time after time, we're going to get some frickin' football wins and we're going to get some baseball wins, man.
Well, I think that, like, they need to have, like, a fine system. Hit them where it hurts, in their pockets. That's where
Absolutely. Now you're talking, man. Some of those guys make so much money, I don't know how much you'd have to take before it started hurting, but I'm sure, you'll get some kind of whining happening, man. So, Mike Brown, we got a couple minutes left. Tell me, are you proud of this team this year or what?
Oh, hell yeah. Like I said, last year we went 1-9. It was a pretty disappointing season. We expected a lot more than what we got. This year,
that was your first year in the league, too, right?
First year in the league. Yeah, a bunch
you
of guys.
won a game, though, so it couldn't be.
Yeah, we brought back a good, solid core of players, and we've established a consistent offense, which was what we didn't have last year. And to be able to go out and hang with some of these teams, one of the teams that we lost to this season has been around for 20 years. They've got a couple of championship rings, a couple of league championships. They've gone out and they've played against the big guys. Matter of fact, one of their quarterbacks, probably about 6 or 7 years ago, was Major Harris, who was the quarterback at West Virginia for a while, and he had some pro time. So to be able to go out and to be able to say that we hung with that team, played them into overtime, and the only reason we got to overtime with them was because they kicked a 53-yard field goal.
Wow, that's a leg, man, for a semi-pro dude.
Oh yeah, he should be somewhere getting paid, and if he was, he wouldn't have been kicking a field goal against us to tie that game. The 3 games that we've lost this year has been for a combined total of 14 points. So we're, as far as I see it, we're 14 points out of being undefeated. So, the thing is for next year, we finish out this year, we get in the playoffs, we make a nice hard run in the championship ring, and if we don't get it, we come back next year and, we get those 14 points back.
Well, we're just about out of time here tonight on the Cleveland Sports 360 show. I want to thank my special guest, the Midwest Rams, for coming down. Mike, give a shout out. How does somebody get a hold of you if they want to show an interest in maybe supporting the Midwest Rams? Maybe you want to have some fundraisers. Maybe some players want to get a hold of you for next year. Tell them how to get a hold of you, man.
The easiest way to get a hold of us is on Facebook, Midwest Rams, all 3 words, or on our website, which is www.eteams.com/Midwest Rams. That would be the easiest way. My phone number is on there. I believe Walt's phone number is on there. A couple of the other board members are on there. Those 2 are going to be the easiest 2 ways to get a hold of us.
Well, there you have it, folks. Let's get down to the Collinwood area this coming weekend, August 4th, 4:30 p.m. kickoff. Support the Midwest Rams in their quest for a ring. One team in Cleveland may get a ring before another, and it could very well be the Midwest Rams. Walt, thank you so much for returning to the Cleveland Sports 360 show. Anytime you want to come back, just give me a ring, buddy.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Mike Brown, good luck to you and the Midwest Rams and all you guys out there. Thank you so much, man. Austin, Swain, Jeronn, Powell, good luck to you. Bring back a victory. Get this one, and let's move on to the next one and get into the playoffs. Don't forget, coming up next, it's the beautiful Kenyon. No, I'm lying. It's the beautiful Kenya Huff, Christian Patterson, unsportsmanlike conduct, right here on streamingsportstalk.com. We'll see you next. No, you will not see any Cleveland Sports 360 show next week at all. LG will be hosting. I will be emceeing the Sam Ritigliano Inner Circle Golf Outing. If anybody has a desire to play in the Sam Ritigliano Inner Circle Foundation Golf Outing to help the inner city kids in the city of Cleveland, go to the internet and look for Sam Ritigliano's Inner Circle Foundation, or go to clevelandsports360.com, look under the articles I wrote, and look for the Sam Ritigliano one. There's still a couple spots open. Mayfield Country Club this coming Monday, August 6th, Yours truly, LG, the MC at the night, and we'll see you in 2 weeks from now with more of the Cleveland Sports 360 show. Good night.